In life, most people living their lives on repeat. They're trying to do the same exact thing that they've seen other people do. It's like social engineering. And I'm going to recommend, like, for hustlers, being a hustler is a lot about you're creating something new, right? You're being an innovator. You're a vanguard. You're the catalyst. You're creating something new. And so with that, sometimes you have to change up your symbols. You're changing up your world. If you look at the average world that we live in, most people, they operate off a program, right? They watch a television, right? And on TV, you might have 200 channels. 50 channels are all church and religion, right? Which lets you know, okay, this is a mind program. If you see 50 channels out of 200 are church, and they're all teaching pretty much the same exact thing. You look at the other channels, and a lot of them is just stuff that's on repeat. Programming is also everything in the physical world. When you go to one city and you see, oh, here's a big Walmart, or here's a McDonald's, and then you go to, let's say, Houston, and here's a McDonald's, here's another Walmart, and then you go to LA, oh, there's a McDonald's, there's a Walmart. You go to Chicago, when you see the same stuff, it keeps you almost your energy the same, because you're seeing the same symbols, you're seeing that logo, the colors of that logo, and it represents the same type of energy, even though it may be a little different, but the energy is the same. So that's why with hustlers, one thing, even with the nation of hustlers, is really important. We strive to create, it's a nation. And when by nation, I don't mean we're a nation within a nation. I'm saying we're a nation in our mind, with the way that we operate, the way that we think, because we're about building, and we're really about family, we're really about community, we're really about governing ourselves. And even though we respect and work with the government, we're not rebels at all to the country, but we definitely believe in the power of, we have to create structure for ourselves and have a level of independency and not being dependent on anyone else. And so with that, you have to almost create some of your own language, right? And that's what I love about even in the ghetto, in the hood, like, because people create slang, they create ebonics, and when you create slang in ebonics, you're creating your own language. And now if you're using a language that someone else gave you, you're letting other people define what life means to you. But when you create your own language, now you're redefining what things mean. Like some people, a person might see a pair of shoes, and some people say, oh, those are shoes. The average person like, oh, those are shoes. But a hustler look at it, he don't call it shoes. A hustler say, oh, that's merch. That's merchandise to me, right? Because he calls it something different, and he has a different perspective on what it is. So he doesn't look like, oh, this is something that I can wear on my feet. He looks at it like, oh, this is something that I can sell to other people and make money. Or this is a tool that I can use to wear and be able to, use it as a marketing ploy to build my brand, or to build whatever our cause is in our nation. So a hustler's just, their perspective on life is different. So there's some of their language is going to be different. So hustler has to program themselves and have a different code and different language that they live by, so that's what, like, that's why I have the accessories. The accessories that we have, which is, basically is like accessories, but it's things that help us create success. It's another word for like tools. It's tools that we use, but it's really, really important because, and this is where, when we go back to the documentary, which is when, like, an immigrant, it's about having that mindset, like, to me, the realest hustlers are immigrants, and not just immigrants to the country, but they're immigrants to the planet. Most hustlers, they realize that they have a spiritual connection. I'm not just my body. I'm not just of this world. That my spirit has came. I've been all around this whole universe. I've been around this whole solar system in other dimensions and beyond. Hustlers, they operate with a level of soul. That's all soul is light, right? When you look at the solar system is solar, that's light. Soul, that is your light, right? It's like the fire that's within you. Some hustlers, you're like, oh, you brighten up my day. Add light to my day. You just shine, and I see your energy is strong. And they do positive things, and sometimes they do things that may be perceived as negative, but that's perception. That's the perception. But the main thing is keeping the main thing, which is staying true to your mission, fulfilling your passion and your destiny, and constantly growing and learning. When learning and growing is not just learning what someone else taught you, right? Real education is something that comes from within you. No one else can necessarily teach it to you. It has to already be in you, and someone else can say something and it resonate with you, and then you draw it from without. Most people, what they do, I think a challenge that people make, and I used to make this mistake a lot too, is I just wanted to hear stuff that validated what I already thought, and I only wanted to hear stuff that was conventional. But I realized real learning a lot of times is stuff that's totally contrary to what you want to hear or you are used to hearing. That's real growth. When somebody, like, not even just shock factor, but when someone gives you a totally different perspective, that's called creativity. And I think right now, just a lot of people don't have creativity. We've been stuck in this program, and we had this idea of everyone's trying to achieve the same things almost, success. Everyone wants to chase the same dream. It's like you're making sacrifices, you're killing yourself, even willing to kill other people just so you can have the same thing that everyone else is trying to get, right? Everybody wants these cars, everybody wants these checks, everybody wants, these tangible things for the most part. You have some people that want stuff a little different, but everybody's trying to chase the same type of dream, this dog with the family and this happy-go-lucky life. You have to redefine what success means to you. Success for some people, it may not mean you making, $10 million in a year or in 10 years or $1 million a year. It might mean that the only money that you brought in was, a small amount of money. However, you were able to be with your family. You were able to learn and grow. Like some of the most knowledgeable people that I know, they have a lot of knowledge and that they know their stuff. Those people, a lot of times, they don't make a lot of money. They might go 5-10 years making no money. In fact, myself, I was hustling and working hard, doing businesses and trying to start businesses for like 10 years and doing network marketing, MLM, and all sorts of things, online businesses, everything legal, of course. And I was broke. For about 10 years, wasn't making any money, none. Sometimes I wasn't able to pay rent and things like that, but I will say I was able to learn a whole lot through that time. I grew a lot in life and became a lot more confident about myself. I think that's the number one thing that you learn, or that you should go for, is learning yourself, learning having self-awareness. What are you uniquely great at? You got a superpower. What the hell is that power? All right, what and how can you use that power? And sometimes, if you may not know it, there may be people around you who see it and they tell you. Might be a member of the opposite sex. I know for me, I had girlfriends that were telling me, like, man, you're really great at this. You're really great at that. When I started incorporating those things. And that's not the formula for everybody. Everybody isn't built like that. Some people, they need, follow instructions, be told what to do. And that's fine too. If that's what you designed to do and that's how you built. With most hustlers, for the most part, of definitely programming yourself and really redetermining what success means to you. So that's my question is, what does success mean to you? How do you define success?